You know what? It is already 2 hours past my bedtime with my new work schedule. And I had just hit cancel on a render for a 1 year of The Last Jedi video. I recorded it. I edited it. I hit the export button and Adobe Premiere locked up my entire computer, and I was an idiot and I didn't press Control S at all. And then I had to re-edit it, and then I went to go and export it again, and then while I was exporting for the second time, I opened up Twitter, just to pass the time until I could hit the upload button once I had the finished file and everything. And in that previous iteration of this video, I basically just spent 20 minutes lamenting about how hard the last year has been for me as a Star Wars fan. I don't have to deal with the, crazy, nasty, sexist, racist comments that certain fans have had to deal with, but it's been rough. I don't want to talk about Star Wars a lot of the time. There's a reason why I haven't been uploading here on the YouTube channel as often as I have been. Yeah, a lot of it is work, some of it isn't. I guess what I'm getting to is that I'm not here to defend anything. I'm not here to rebuke anything. I'm here to say that Ryan Johnson tweeted out, "Want to thank all of the amazing, passionate, thoughtful, kind, creative, talented, supportive, argumentative, opinionated, respectful, open-hearted, inspiring, amazing Star Wars fans for the past year. Getting to hear from and meet so many of you has been the experience of a lifetime." And I clicked on it and I started scrolling through the replies, expecting to see, hate-filled troll speak. And you know what? I saw one. There's 280 replies, and I saw one that was nasty out of probably the 150 that I scrolled through. This is going to be a completely unedited, just spewing of my thoughts about The Last Jedi and what it's been to me personally. You're allowed to not like the film. I know that every single one of these videos that even remotely hints towards an enjoyment of The Last Jedi is immediately having to be, pumped full of disclaimer. I know that you're allowed to dislike the film, and I'm not saying that you're wrong to dislike it. I'm just saying I do. Da, da, da. The point is that I just want to share my personal experience with this film and how important it was to me on a personal level. Because that is what Star Wars is to me. Star Wars is the journey of self-improvement, is the journey about your spiritual self moving forward, your emotional self moving forward, you making yourself a better person. And The Last Jedi helped me with that. December 2017, I was in the second darkest part of my life. I was lost professionally. I had very recently completely given up on my hope of going into law enforcement for a career, despite being only 6 credits short of my degree, and having plenty of contacts with and relationships built up with recruitment officers, and I didn't know what I was supposed to do because I was in a grunt job, not necessarily a dead-end job, but a grunt job. And I wasn't doing anything. I was existing. And as any 17-year-old, me at 17, I wanted to grow up and change the world for the better. I wanted to be a hero. I wanted to be a Luke Skywalker. And I thought becoming a police officer would do that, and then I realized the truth behind the very, very complicated truth behind that. And I could go and be hated for being a white male in uniform by half the population, and then I could be hated by the other half the population and a lot of my coworkers for also believing in serious paradigm shifts in the way that policing is handled here in the United States. I wasn't moving forward to finally marry the love of my life, even though that we were living together. We just kept saying, we'll get to it, we'll get to it. It's just a legal thing, and I wasn't making any plans for the future. I wasn't trying to do anything. I was just existing. And The Last Jedi gave me exactly what I needed. It gave me permission to fail. It gave me permission to screw up and to make mistakes and to throw away years of my life. As long as I keep going, as long as I keep making decisions, it doesn't matter whether or not they're good or bad, just make a decision. Even if you leave the world worse than the way you found it, as long as you pass that drive along to your younger siblings or to your little cousins or to your future children or your current children or whatever your situation is, as long as you pass that drive to make the world a better place, you've succeeded at least a little bit. And The Last Jedi has made my life better. In the last year, while, yeah, I do every once in a while stumble into the blatantly racist, sexist trolls, sometimes I do end up in very deep, heated discussions with non racist, sexist, non trolls who just really didn't like the movie. And those are probably even more stressful than just the hate filled spewings. The point is that despite those stresses, despite the fact that I'm fearful of making content anymore, because, well, resistance, I gotta deal with people being all negative about that, and I gotta deal with the. Star Wars is an amazing thing. It is modern mythology, and I can't just run and hide from it because it's a little bit stressful. I can't allow myself to give in to despair and fear. Not saying that I'm being a hero by making talking head videos on YouTube, but it's a way to improve yourself. It's a way to make yourself ready for the really serious stuff. I don't know. I guess at the end of the day, The Last Jedi was the exact lesson I needed to learn at the exact time that I needed to learn it. And I don't know. I guess just thank you, Ryan. I mean, doubt that you're ever seeing this, but you changed my life for the better through your art. Thank you. All right. Good night.